Radio.
Great, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shit Radio, an unrefined podcast for the everyman. I'm Brasky. That's Liars. That's
Yo.
Wasted.
Hello.
And tonight on the show, we have some interesting stories, some crazy animal things. Liars, you got a story about snakes?
I do. I don't know how you guys
Snakes.
feel. Snakes. I find snakes interesting and intriguing. I don't really want to hold them. I have held many of them before, and I don't really want to hold them. I don't like the feel of them. They kind of freak me out a little bit, but I am interested in them. It's kind of a weird love-hate relationship I have. And I came across this interesting story this week. There was a man who let deadly snakes bite him for the last 20 years. And he's built up his immune system, and he's basically a scientific marvel because he's built up his immune system where he's now able to take a snake bite and not get affected by it. And so now he's like,
What is he, the Dread Pirate Roberts?
it's it's crazy, man. Like the antibodies found in the blood of a Wisconsin man who voluntarily
explains
let
it.
snakes bite him for almost 20 years he's now helping scientists create an anti-venom for snake bites. So I don't know. What do you guys think about this? This blew my mind.
You got to do something in Wisconsin when the Packers aren't on, is all I'm thinking, you know?
True. Yeah,
So-
true.
He probably was sitting at home watching The Princess Bride and got to the point where, the Dread Pirate Roberts is over there drinking the poison with the little midget guy. And, he drinks the poison, looks over and goes, oh, I'm immune to the poison because I've been, giving myself small samples of poison all these years. I mean, that's where I got to imagine he got this idea from. Either that or he was just really, really drunk and got bitten in the eye.
That's what I
He
was
like,
thinking.
let me try to do that again.
Okay,
I was just
so
thinking it's like me drinking like 4 beers every day for 20 years, and now I'm
Yeah.
immune to it.
well,
Or so you think.
you have a point.
But it's
So
what the
hard
body
with
does
that.
naturally, isn't it?
Facts.
It becomes immune. Like the body basically invents vaccines, doesn't it, inside it? Like if you get the flu, your body then creates its own vaccine to that strand of flu. So it's kind of a natural process.
Okay, so this is what the story really happens in the story. Everything is true, but it is kind of misleading because the snakes don't actually. He never let the snakes bite him. He's by the way, he's now immune to like black mambas, king cobras, and tiger snakes, which are the black mamba is and king. If you get bit by a king cobra, you're dead. Like there's nothing you can do about it. And same with the black mamba. So what he did was he would milk the snakes, that's when you get them to bite into a glass with plastic wrap or cellophane over it. They bite into it, and then it captures their venom. And in turn, they use that venom to create anti-venom and do research on. So what he would do, he would milk the snakes and then take a few drops of their venom and inject it into himself. And he just kept doing that. And it's just like you said, Brasky, it's the same guy. Like it's the same story. Is after prolonged exposure to that, he would build up tolerances to certain venoms of these deadly snakes, and now he's immune. His body has built it up so much now he is immune to it, just like spies used to do. Yeah, it's crazy.
So is he
I don't
now like a
understand-
snake buster?
Pardon me?
Like, can he hunt snakes now? So because he can just get bitten by them. So do they send him into like people's houses to take the snakes out? anything like that. It seems like
that I don't
bounty-
know. I mean,
snake bounty hunter.
it would make sense, but I think
That's not what he does. It's just like they're using his body for medical science,
yeah.
performing medical experiments on him.
Yeah, I don't understand how this guy sits around and goes, let me just take a little bit of venom and inject it into my system. Like, how does he know what like the right amount was to begin with that wouldn't have killed him? And like, how is he so cocky? Right? I'm pretty sure I can get bit by a king cobra and not die. Like, yeah, I don't think he's trying to probably put that to the test yet, where he's actually went out in the wild and got bit by one, because you have no control over how much venom a snake actually injects into you. Because can't they just inject like random amounts, like depending on how pissed off they are?
With the king cobra, it's funny you say that, because with the king cobra, I mentioned that if you get bit by a king cobra, you will die. It's not because the toxicity of their venom; it's because of the amount. It's just sheer amount of venom that they release into you with a bite. Their venom glands are so big and store so much venom that they just release that, rush it all into your body at once, and it just completely overwhelms you.
I think I watched Kill Bill 2 the other day. Michael Madsen gets bitten in the face by a black mamba at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he opens the case of money and the black mamba bites him maybe 2 or 3 times in the face, and he just dies.
Yeah.
So the black mamba and the king cobra must kill you.
So, yeah, well, like I just explained with the king cobra, but the difference with the black mamba is the toxicity level of their venom. If I'm not mistaken, them and I think it's Fer de Lance down in I think it's in Costa Rica, are the 2 most venomous snakes in the world, and a bite by them, you're done. Like their venom is just so toxic that you're done. You're not gonna make it through.
Yeah, they have poisonous snakes here, like in the parks. They have this sign with this sort of picture of a snake and a line through it. And I think you're not supposed to go walking through the grass, because there could be a poisonous snake in there. But sometimes I do just take a shortcut across the grass. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm looking at the ground, because at one time a snake did come out from the grass and crossed in front of me. But I can't tell if it's a grass snake or poisonous, but there are poisonous snakes.
Venomous
snakes. But I don't know what kind they are here. But it's totally different. You can't go wandering around in the grass thing. You might get bitten.
We have I think the only thing we have here is rattlesnakes. There's a rattlesnake, and even then it's only for half the year, because it's winter half the year here, so they're hibernating, or I don't know, in people's houses to keep out of the cold. I have no idea.
Oh, geez, that's comforting.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah. I hate snakes. I don't like snakes. Snakes are no good. The great Andre the Giant also hated snakes, and I think he was right about that. Uh, snakes suck. Um, I can't think of a thing they do instead of kill rodents that I'm a fan of. I stay the fuck away from them. They stay away from me. I'm surprised Slash hasn't been killed by one of the snakes.
Yep.
Would have been a funny death, Slash's snake pit, dies from a snake. But
the boa constrictor is probably the worst way to die. There's been humans swallowed by the boa constrictor, haven't they? And they sort of still alive inside the body.
Could you imagine when a Slash's snake, like one of his boa constrictors, eating him, and the only thing you see is the top hat hanging out of the fucking snake's mouth?
Oh man. But
to see his top hat working its way down the body, down the snake, sticking out.
I bet Axel would be happy about it and do a snake dance. That bastard.
It's all about snakes.
I hate snakes, and I think this guy's a moron. God bless him. This is what he does in his free time, that he likes to do it. But imagine being this guy's fucking neighbor. You know what I mean? You go to your house, you just want to be left alone. Meanwhile, your fucking neighbor next door is just, oh yeah, snakes that I play with, and I take their venom out, I take them out of the cage, and all this and that. You're like, you do what?
Yeah. No, dude, you're right, man.
Did end up in a coma, didn't he?
I believe he
Like a
did.
couple
Yeah.
of times. Yeah, for 4 days after he got bitten by an Egyptian cobra.
Who?
This same guy.
Monocle.
Oh
Yeah,
Jesus!
and a monocle cobra. Is that a cobra with like one glass? One like
This is a
the-
fancy cobra.
it's
You
a
know those
fancy
co-
cobra.
those are the cobras with that on their, when they fan out and they stand up. So on the back they have that kind of circle with the line on top and bottom. That's the monocle cobra. And then the Egyptian cobra is also a very, very deadly. Well, all cobras are deadly, but Egyptian cobra is on the higher side of the scale, I would say.
You know what fascinates me?
What's that?
There's people in the South here in America, like from Mississippi, Alabama, the southern states, Louisiana. And these fuckers are all like just like having parties out in the swamp, or you got alligators and just these poisonous snakes all the time. And they don't give a like, they don't care. Like to me, I'd be like, oh no, no, no. Like just
So
completely terrified. I live in the Northeast, so like we don't have anything that's like a poisonous snake. I mean, you might get chased after by a zombie crackhead. They're also known to be venomous and poisonous, but you know, you get a better
Yes.
from one of them than you do a fucking snake.
so my wife lived in Australia when she was younger, and one of the first things I asked her was just that, Brasky, like, because you think of Australia, you think of deadly, like anything that moves or bites can kill you, right? And so I asked her, I was like, so weren't you scared of like snakes or spiders in your house, in your bed when you sleep? And she's like, yeah, at the beginning, you're terrified, but then it just becomes part of your habitat, right? And you get used to it. And it doesn't bother you anymore after like she said about 2 weeks it took her to get used to it.
Heh.
Crazy, eh?
Maybe it's because I'm neurotic, but yeah, that wouldn't work for me.
I
You
don't know
just
if
go
it
to
would
the
be.
you go to the grocery store one day, you're like, oh hey, where's Bill? Oh, Bill's gone. What happened? A snake. Oh, all right. So sorry to hear.
Yeah,
Like,
that's too bad.
what the fuck?
Take-
It's
you have to
messed
take
up, man.
precautions. Like I said, you can't go like in the UK. I just walk across fields or grass, no worries. But here, when I see like some grass and I think I'm going to take a shortcut, I normally just stay on the path because I don't know what's in that long grass. It's all kinds of snakes and insects.
How many casualties do you think actually happened in Vietnam from like, soldiers like GIs from America over there just stuck in the fucking jungle getting actually bit by venomous snakes?
Oh,
It must have happened.
must have. I went I went hunting a couple weeks ago, and I was walking through knee-high grass. I'm walking, looking, trying to stay as quiet as can be and whatever. And I just happened to look down, and in this knee-high grass, I saw a spider web. So I stopped and I was going to go around it, and then I saw another spider web, and then another. I'm not I'm not even joking. There were hundreds of spiders all around me, in these like hundreds of spiders all around me in this field, and I had to get out of it, right? So I
Of
there
course.
if anybody, yeah, go ahead.
No, no, I'm just saying, of course. I've seen arachnophobia. I'm getting the fuck out of there.
Oh my god. So I had to go through this knee-high grass with hundreds of spiders to get back to the trail, which I did. I looked them up after. If anybody wants to look them up, they're called banded orb weavers. They're called banded orb weavers is what they were called, and they're a pretty freaky looking spider. Not really venomous to humans and not really going to bite me, but I didn't know that at the time, and it was I don't know, man, walking through a field of hundreds of spiders. So to your point, Brasky, how many people in Vietnam probably died? Soldiers? I bet you there was a few, you know.
Lyme disease
Sure.
as well, like getting tick
Oh,
bites and malaria from mosquitoes,
Yep.
getting bitten
oh,
all the time.
dude, my son got bit by a tick this fucking summer. He was out fishing and he got fucking Lyme disease from a fucking tick. Luckily, we caught it and we got him on antibiotics and took care of it. But he got a fucking tick bite this summer and got Lyme disease from it.
It's it's a sort of dot in the middle, and then it's got like a round red circle around it or something.
Yep. And then it starts, you start getting like red, you get red blotches start spreading all over your body. Then you get like flu. Like the fucked up thing is when you get it, if you go to the doctor immediately, because we brought him to the doctor, like, what the fuck? The first test they do doesn't come back as Lyme until 2 weeks afterwards. You got to wait 2 weeks to actually get for the antibody in your system to show up as a fucking Lyme disease. So the first 2 weeks, like, oh, it's a fungal thing. I'm like, that's not a fucking fungal thing. So we got like a week later into it, and we brought him back to the urgent care, and they had like a really experienced doctor at the urgent care. Goes, oh no, that's Lyme disease. I'm like, are you sure? Because we just did a test like 2 weeks ago. They said, oh, no, that's Lyme disease, 100%. We'll take the test now, this and that, but start him on antibiotic, he'll be fine. And luckily, he was fine, and he's good now. But like, damn, dude, like they can miss it real quick, and you won't find out it's Lyme disease. So if you get a tick in you, you might as well go to the doctor, get that chick checked out, because fucking like, I don't remember as a kid, like I remember, oh yeah, you get a tick in you, you light a fucking match, you put it by the tick, and you were good to go. But nowadays, it seems like every fucking tick has Lyme disease. It seems like all these things that weren't in existence when we were are like now is real. I don't know why that is. Because I remember like living in the woods as a fucking kid and running around being stupid. Now, you know, just it seems like everything you can get, you get. You know, like every fucking Lyme disease or fucking. Luckily, I haven't had any West Nile or Triple E in my family or any of my friends, but that shit now happens all the time. Like we get warnings here, like, oh yeah, there's West Nile virus, there's Triple E, and I live in Boston area, and it's like, what the fuck,
Dude. I thought only a certain tick gave Lyme disease, but you're right. Now it seems they all do. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, back in the day, it was like, oh, no big deal. You see a fucking tick, you flick them off, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Now it's just everything and everywhere. Everything now that like before wasn't a big thing, somehow or another always ends up being a thing. Like just nothing's normal anymore. Mosquitoes just be like, oh yeah, I got bit by a mosquito. It fucking itched. I'm good to go. Or hey, I got a tick or whatever. Now you get bit by a spider. It's like, of course that was a poison. We didn't used to have poisonous spiders around here. The whole environment seems like it's changing. The world, the earth, seems like it's changing. And I'm not going to go, oh man, it's global warming, even though it looks like global it's happening. I'm saying that as we're recording and we're about to hit a fucking polar vortex. We're about to hit the lowest temperatures we've had in like 50 fucking years or 60 years. So I don't know. I'm not that smart. I'm not telling you that I'm that smart, but shit seems weird. The whole world seems weird. I don't get it. But you know what? I think we kind of make stuff out. Do you guys agree on that?
Oh yeah. Snake stuff.
Can we move on to a better topic, which actually will make me happy instead of this one, which is making my OCD and me being neurotic just very uncomfortable, which I'm sure everyone's enjoying, including our people that hate Brasky are like, boy, I like when he, squirms. We did an earlier episode tonight that will be out where I was reading a post off my GNR poster, and I just the individual, it's not how they wrote it. They copy and pasted what Alan Niven was writing, and I was reading it back, and I just sound like a moron, which maybe I am. Maybe I think I'm smarter than I am, but the way Alan Niven writes is just horrifically bad. But it just seems like things are changing, and my neurotic behavior and my OCD is getting worse. And talking about snakes doesn't make me happy. But do you know what does make me happy, guys? It really makes me happy. This is what we call a segue in the podcasting world.
What's that?
Drunk monkeys. Wasted. Tell us about drunk monkeys. Wasted or liars? One of you two tell me about, because I love monkeys and I love that they're drunk.
Go ahead, Wasted.
Oh, just nature is the worst thing you can do is look at like nature documentaries, because nature is crazy. It's just continuously like processing all these chemicals and stuff. It seems like these monkeys that are like eating fruit all day, fermented fruit, basically been found to be basically drinking 2.5 alcoholic drinks per day. I mean, which for their size is probably like us drinking 10 beers every day. They're basically drinking 14 grams of alcohol a day. I mean, and they're drunk. They're already monkeys. Maybe that's why the monkeys monkey around. Maybe they're all just like drunk all day. That's why they're swinging through the trees and doing whatever monkeys do.
They're throwing shit at you because they're drunk.
Yeah, they're drunk. They're just shit-faced monkeys. You're always like, why are they so happy? They're just swinging around like.
Hey, why is that monkey peeing in his mouth? Well, it turns out he's absolutely fucking hammered.
This explains a lot. This explains a lot. I think we should we definitely should clarify that the reason that they're consuming um 2.5 the equivalent of 2.5 glasses of alcohol per day is because they eat fruit, and some of the fruit spoils and has created alcohol content. Well, ethanol actually excuse me, ethanol alcohol content, and there's traces of alcohol from the fermented fruit that they're eating. So this equates to about 2.5 glasses per day, and it could indicate why us humans also are interested in alcohol because evolution.
I might start eating more fruit. Ferment some fruit and 10%. They eat 10% of their body weight in fruit every day. You have to just leave a big bowl of fruit out overnight, and then I'll eat that in the morning for breakfast instead of a beer.
See, now this just gives Waste an excuse at the doctor's office. Listen, doc, I quit drinking. I don't know what you're talking about. I went to this whole like fruit diet.
Yeah, got bowls of berries just fermenting on my breakfast table. I mean, something to throw in there.
That just reminded me, wasted, of what Brasky just said. That just reminded me of when you went to the doctor and on your chart everything was written in Chinese except for, what was it? Drinks too much.
Excessive alcohol. In capital letters, and the rest of the page is. I'll take a photo of it. It's in the medical report.
Absolutely brilliant. It was great.
That explains the high. The enzyme levels are all wrong, too high.
Right.
But if I was a monkey, I mean, two drinks a day, that's almost over the limit for like humans. So they must be kind of smashed. They're probably like drinking like the equivalent of us drinking like 10 beers a day.
Oh, okay. So clarification further down in the article, they do say that 2.5 drinks is adjusted. It's equivalent to what
it's equivalent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're kind of lightweight.
Yeah, they're lightweights. Yeah. Or
they're
they've just. Yeah.
They're just nursing 2.5 beers a day.
That's right.
At the bar, just sitting there sipping on a beer. But I mean, it's probably enough to start. What's it? Drunken Monkey.
Drunken Monkey.
I mean, it's what Drunken Monkey's about.
Now, have we ever thought about like what famous monkeys do? Like celebrity monkeys, like monkeys, like did they all have significant drinking problems?
But they all
AJ
wear
and the
suits
Bear?
and smoke. They sort of smoke like Frank Sinatra, holding a beer.
I don't know why it's fascinating. You seen the fucking pictures of monkeys smoking cigarettes, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
And it looks so natural.
Oh man.
I always think of that Simpsons episode where Mr. Burns has the monkeys go to work and they're all just fucking smoking cigarettes. The typewriter.
Doesn't he say? Doesn't he say it was the best of times? It was the like something wolfst of times, and he's like, wolfst, what is that? And he throws it down. That's great. I love the old Simpsons. I just love the old Simpsons.
Really old guys. The Simpsons are in their 37th season.
Have you watched any of the new ones?
I refuse.
I don't know about this season. I haven't watched it yet, but I know last season, it was almost like the writers just gave up and they just don't give a fuck anymore, and they're just completely. I don't know if they're destroying the franchise or reinventing it or what they're doing, but it was last season was pretty
most
good.
of Hollywood nowadays. The writers
yeah,
have given up and they're just destroying the franchise. Insert
Yeah.
Marvel.
Yes.
Inserts. But I
And-
mean, like you look at the Simpsons, man. I'd say the first 12 years of the Simpsons, you can just go back and like no matter what age you are, it's just nostalgic good. And when I was younger, I didn't understand nostalgia. And now I do.
Right.
And nostalgia is not a bad thing. We shit on it a lot because, we talk about bands being nostalgic acts. But you know what? Nostalgia just brings you back to those feelings that you once had, better times and good times and memories. And that's not a bad, especially in the world we live in right now. If you're a happy place that's not full of drama and shit that is the current world when put on the TV or walk out your door nowadays. I encourage it. I really miss the old Simpsons, which was just, they'd make political jokes, but it'd be about everybody and it would just be fun. It was good spirited. Like the fact that Apu's no longer in the Simpsons is fucking ridiculous.
Yep.
But guess what? You can have fucking groundskeeper Willie because that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking assholes. Well, we've touched on the animal topics tonight. We've done snakes, we've done monkeys. You have some more wild and crazy topics tonight, as always, boys. Wasted. You have Sydney Sweeney
Is selling her bathwater now.
Yeah, that's the story I came across. She's basically, she's using putting her bathwater, I think, in the soap. So if you want to, like, when you have a shower or you have a bath, you can use soap that's got some of her real bathwater in it. And would you drink her bathwater?
No,
No, that's what I was thinking. Like, it's kind of gross. Whereas the way
I'm
she's
gonna drink anyone's
describing it as,
bathwater.
but so who
I
is
drink my
buying this?
own bath water.
What
Yeah.
kind of weird guys are like want to like wash themselves with Sydney Sweeney's
It's probably
bathwater?
not just guys, buddy. It's probably women too. I mean, it's a level of insanity that's just become the norm. You know, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. Like, I don't care how famous you are. We did another thing where we were talking because you had this topic. I'm like, I thought we talked about people selling their bathwater. I think we might have actually on an earlier episode. I know we were talking about a lady who sold her farts and had to stop because it was doing damage to her, right? Liars.
Yeah, something like that. She was selling farts on eBay and she was very attractive. And that was her gimmick, was selling farts in a Ziploc bag. And
But
somehow
like, what part of degeneracy? Oh, sorry.
no, please go ahead.
I was just gonna try to figure out what part of degeneracy have we got to now where we're buying people's bathwater on the
I
internet
mean,
or at stores to wash ourselves with. Like what level of like point of like no self-respect for yourself as a human being have we gotten to as a society
that this is not only a cultural norm, but it's probably going to make money.
yeah. When she was asked about it, like why, she said that you keep asking about my bathwater, so that's why they put it out. And one of the soaps. I mean, it's in a soap. But one of the soaps is called Morning Wood. Soap's Morning Wood scent blends pine, Douglas fir, and earthy moss with a touch of the actress's bathwater. I mean, Morning Wood. I don't know. It's kind of doesn't like. I'm sure this must all be guys that just want to lather up with her bathwater. I can't see any girl wanting to like use her
Well,
bathwater.
what kind of
Doesn't
a
make
guy
sense.
like are you that you're that
That's what
fucking
I'm saying.
pathetic?
It's like, who are these people? They're just simping on Sydney Sweeney to the point where they'll basically drink her bathwater. I suppose you can't like go on a traditional date anymore. So you're just at home downing other people's bathwater.
Dude, this celebrity infatuation, it's extremely alarming and concerning. Like,
Yeah, I suppose when you don't actually meet any people in real life, like you're just online all the time, the celebrities online become as real as Abdul in India, who you're talking to all the time. You might as well talk to somebody famous. If you never leave the house,
This is
seems
concerning
seems
because
like
like
Zoomers.
look at it from this level, wasted and liars. I want you guys to think about this.
So Elon Musk is keep talking about releasing this Optimus robot, which we've talked about in the past. How long until
yeah,
this Optimus robot replaces like social interaction with people? Like,
Very
That the
quickly, I
robot is your
suppose.
new best friend or who you consider your significant other, a fucking robot.
I think definitely they haven't they been saying that people will have a sort of the AI personal assistant, your own personal assistant who will also be your friend. That'll start talking to you, and then it'll help you with all your admin tasks on your computer as well. So in the end, you'll have these personal PAs that you work with all day, and then the next
Have either
extension
of
is
you
just to have
seen?
the robot.
Have you either of you guys seen a movie called Blade Runner 2049?
I did
Not that
watch it.
one. No.
I did watch it, but I
Okay,
don't know
In the
what
movie,
happened.
okay, well, in the movie, Ryan Gosling plays a Blade Runner. And when he goes home, he has this like AI um hologram of Anna de Armas. And he has a
Yeah,
relationship with her where he's in love with her. That's the individual in life that he's in love with. And later a replicant comes by and he has its replicant can have Anna de Armas's hologram appearance go over the replicant's body so that Ryan Gosling's character can have sex with her, so he can feel like he's having sex with the hologram, like on the replicant's body, so he can actually feel it. It's really weird, and I'm not going to spoil the movie, but let's no. It the beginning of the movie says it. So actually, his character itself is actually a replicant. He's actually the Blade Runner. He's actually a replicant too. So it's basically two robots banging each other.
Weird.
I
Yeah.
mean, in Japan, definitely, you see stories where there was some guy who married a hologram, and then I saw another story the other day where a woman is married, like her husband is a hologram, and they're like legally married. But this was in Japan, and then her whole family disowned her because she married this hologram.
I saw that in the news like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I think before that
Was,
it was some guy who married a hologram.
was it a
No,
hologram or
or
just an avatar?
yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't know. It was something like a hologram or some sort of AI that talked to him, or a doll
Yeah.
maybe. But then this woman, definitely, her husband is a hologram. Next level.
Crazy, man.
Could you guys imagine having this conversation in the 90s?
No.
No, I
That's
mean
the
people would
problem.
like have like pet rocks, but that was
Or
crazy.
yeah, a chia pet.
I
This
mean,
fucker's got a chia pet and he made fucking a bush fucking thing's head after putting water and seeds on it. But I mean now it's like the things that we once wouldn't consider normal are now not only becoming normal, they're becoming culturally acceptable. And it's
yeah,
happening at such a rapid pace that my mind can't comprehend it or understand
you
it.
see those like they brought out those babies that were like a perfect sort of replica babies, and so people who didn't want to actually have a baby, but they want to like hold the baby and feed it, and it's kind of like a robot baby. I forgot what it's called. It's called like a Tucciami or something.
Creepy as fuck.
Like yeah,
Yeah.
but there's
Like
women
what were
like
they
holding
called? It
these
was those toys.
Tucciami something, and they're not that uncommon. They're not that underground or uncommon. It was like a sort of Japanese thing, but they were over in America and the UK. You can buy these kind of replica babies that talk, and when they need to be fed or they start crying, you can hold them.
Tamaguchis?
Yeah, Tamaguchi. Yeah, just totally weird. Just a weird idea. Just basically encouraging people not to bother. It was for people who can't afford to actually have a baby, but they want one. They want to have that experience. So
So
instead of
weird.
like paying, you just get the Tamaguchi. Is it Tamaguchi? You get one of those instead of
Tamagotchi.
actually having a real baby because you can't afford it.
Everything is weird though, man. Like when you go now to like
McDonald's, which I don't go there anymore because it's fucking expensive, which is crazy for
Sure
me to
is,
say.
man.
But like McDonald's or any restaurants, you now go up there and they want you to order everything in an app, or they want you to do it on a touchscreen. And then they want you to give a gratuity to the fucking person standing at the counter who's done absolutely fucking nothing except hand you a bag.
That's right.
Like it, everything's so disassociated with reality. Like,
Like, there's no singers anymore where you go in there and you know the waitress or you know the cook in the back and, oh, hey, how are you doing? And you go in there, cup of coffee and breakfast. And I'm not saying this as someone who's fucking old. Like, that's what some of the like listeners, I'm not that fucking old. This was not fucking that foreign of a concept all too long ago. It's like everything happened post COVID has just gone absolutely batshit insane. Wasted, you did the, I've seen things video, about beers in the rain, dollar menus for days, 24/7 fucking Walmarts. All these things are gone and they're never coming back. And it doesn't benefit the consumer. It doesn't make your life any better. Like they promised, oh, well, this technology is going to come in. It's going to make your life so much better and everything is going to be more affordable. Does anyone really feel like instead of having like navigation on that your life's that much better from all this technology?
No,
No,
but
definitely not.
we live through the change, whereas younger generation come up, that's all they know. They don't even know about how it used to be. All they know is that everything is online, and they basically live online. They watch YouTube videos and they play games. You know,
Yeah, but like
and
they said it was going to be more affordable, that it was going to be more convenient. And none of that's the case.
no, they're lying to us. They're just taking all the money for themselves and lying to us, because we'll be like, we're fading out, aren't we? We'll be forgotten. It's the new
Yeah.
generation coming up that's being like trained up to live online and do everything, digitally. They order food online. They talk to their friends online.
Yeah, we always
Yep.
come back to this because it's such a change for us. I mean, even watching sports now, like I swear, if I see another fucking betting ad on a fucking sports game,
I know.
it drives me nuts.
I know. It's
You know,
it's the worst, man.
like nonstop. Like it was fine back in the day when you watch sports, like, oh, we're gonna have a few beer commercials come up. But now everything's, oh, well, you got this betting app and earn free points for this. It's like, shut the fuck up. Get back to the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah,
I don't know. I
they're
feel
going to
like
use all the data. They're going to use all the data to basically target you. At the moment, we're getting things not interested in. But once they know everything about us, it'll just be like only things that we like, and it'll only show us shows we like. It'll only show us like ads that we're interested in.
well, what
I
purpose are
mean,
we going to serve?
I think
Like
we're
people that
just
knew
we're
the
the
life beforehand.
we're the, we're the experiment and the kind of data. They're just mining data off us,
Yeah,
like the
but what
human data.
I'm asking you and liars, and I'd like to hear it because wasted. I know you can go really in depth on this, but liars is more of your everyman, your friendly neighbor. He's handyman liars. He's the friendly guy. What purpose are we going to serve? Like instead of being like a handyman who can actually fix something that goes wrong, what other purpose are we actually going to serve in society? Because
Are,
right now I
are
feel
you
like we're the old men yelling at clouds.
so you're not talking about everybody in society. You're talking about people of our age.
40 or up, like people that
Yeah,
were
okay.
people that were pretty much born before the year, I don't know, before 1990, like people that grew up in the 80s or 90s or even 70s. Like what purpose are you going to serve in the future? Because you come from a different world. We come from a different everything.
I, I it's kind of weird to say, but I think this with every generation. I think we've made we've made our contributions, and we did our best when we had the opportunity, or we did what we thought was best at the time when we had the opportunity given to us. And I think that now this next generation is coming in, and they're going to essentially take over, and which will render us, well, useless. Like, but
Obsolete.
that's what happens with every generation, though.
But do
Like
you
every
feel
generation ages themselves out. It's just the way it is. Now we just get to retire and go live our lives. Like nobody's going to be asking for our input anymore. Nobody's going to be wanting our input anymore because it's going to be old and antiquated.
let's do this right now?
Yeah, we're not
What
even
generation?
in terms of.
Wasted. Hold on.
That
Wasted. Hold on. Liars. Who runs the
yeah.
world right now? What generation? The
It's
boomers. The boomers.
that
Look at your
they
elected
don't
officials. Look at the
Okay,
world
okay.
elected officials. It's generally the boomers. Who are the
Okay.
CEOs of companies? The boomers. Okay. They've been around the world now for a long time. I went from the silent generation to the boomers, but the boomers have had control for a very long time. They just never let it really switch to the Generation Xers or to late millennials. Maybe some of the late Generation Xers, like the ones that were, right on the cusp of, but the younger Generation Xers and definitely the late millennials, we really never got our chance to really run the world, unless if you want to talk about Elon Musk and, Twitter/X or Facebook. Instead of that, there's not many millennials that are running shit. There's really not. And Generation X,
Is
the same type of thing. Most of the people that did this were all boomers. Most of the people that are still running the, United States of America are boomers. Most of the people that run most of the governments are boomers.
Well, I
would
think
you
that
say
just
Silicon Valley is Generation X?
Silicon
Well,
Valley.
wait
Gen
a
X?
second. How is I mean, realistically, not really. Because Generation X, I mean, that's going to be the early Generation X, like that born 1965, graduated college in like 1990. But like most of the people that you're talking about, your Bill Gates, he's not Generation X, he's a fucking boomer.
He's older.
How old was Steve Jobs
It's also a
when he
boomer.
died? He was also a boomer. So like this whole fucking Generation X, did the tech stuff. Not really the case, pal. Not when you
I guess
look at
it's
it. Who controls the
the
money?
workers. I guess it's the workers maybe they were sort of the ones working for those tech companies. They were sort of Gen Xers, but they're the lost generation, Gen X. But then you
Yeah.
got millennial. The millennials is Mandani millennial. How old is he? He's 30. Yeah, the New
Yeah.
York guy.
Okay.
But
Okay.
AOC,
So he's
what's
a so you got she's a millennial.
so they're coming. Millennial commies are coming. I'm telling you.
Liars. Do you get what I'm saying now that I kind of broke it down? Like you said, oh, we had our run, but brother, we really didn't.
I said we took advantage of the opportunities that were given to us.
Okay. Fair
Or
enough.
tried to,
Fair enough.
right?
Yeah, I think Gen X is the lost generation. We were in between.
Generation, sure,
I would that.
We
sure.
were never like nobody asked us anything. We just got hammered.
Yeah, you guys were like I'm not trying to be an asshole here. You guys were the children of the silent generation or boomers, and you guys had fucking, you know, pretty much the boomers had the pinnacle, but you guys had kind of the nice rundown. Shit, growing up in the
Yeah,
80s and 90s, it was still fucking pretty good. I mean, the millennials were the ones that got fucking smacked around the damn face.
yeah, yeah. The Gen X are just apathetic. Yeah, sort of party
Yeah,
living off cheap free credit.
pretty much.
All that liquidity,
Yeah, but
borrowing
the
money,
problem is
blowing it off.
but the problem is by the time the Gen Xers are ready to retire, the boomers are gonna have everything fucked for them. Like
Yeah,
you guys,
I mean,
they got the good beginning, but they're gonna get the shit end.
yeah. So I mean, it's the millennials are going to be left with the mess to clean up, and the Zoomers are maybe they're gonna end up in like basically owning nothing, and yeah, not having any jobs, just ending up like Russian serfs in some weird digital communist prison online.
I'd like
I
to
think
hear Liars talk because
what
he's like the common sense one. Because I'm probably going to be the more negative one. Wasted will gladly go down this road. I'd like to hear Liars thinks on that.
I can't wrap my head around it right now. It's hard to say, really.
It's the holiday season, buddy, and there's no fucking such things as malls anymore.
you
True,
order everything on
true.
Amazon,
And
regifting on Amazon.
so it's funny, right? When you speak about Amazon and malls, is that when I was growing up, it was all malls, and it's where we go, and the holiday season especially. And then I discovered this thing called Amazon, which I thought was the coolest thing. Um, in the world, right? I was like, I could order stuff just like at the store and order it to my house, and I don't have to go out and talk to anybody. What a brilliant concept. Bought into it. Fast forward, I don't know, 15 years, maybe almost close to 20 years. And here we are today. And no malls are no more, and everybody's buying everything off Amazon. And it's the lack of interaction now between people that nobody knows how to function when actually presented with that scenario or situation. Like it's fucked, man. You can't even have a conversation with people anymore. Like because it's the Amazon generation is where everything you get everything. You get your food, you get your clothes, you get your you don't even have to go to the bank anymore. You get your money directly put into your account. Like it's you don't need to talk to people anymore. It's
It's
and
the end
people
of
don't
the
know how.
small business of the
Yeah, it
world.
sure
It's the
sure
end of
is.
Main
Yeah.
Street. There's no more Main Street. You no longer
No.
have a butcher. Like I remember as a kid, there used to be a butcher shop when I was a kid.
Mhm.
We'd go to, and you get all your meats from the butcher. The butcher knew you. You could go in there and be like, "Oh, hey, yeah, my parents up," and they'd be, "Oh, well, here you go." You didn't have to give them money. No, your parents they'll come in and pay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's gone.
Yeah, man.
So now
Like,
everything's just, owned by a bunch of corporations, kind of like, Wayland Utani Enterprises or whatever the fuck else you want to call it. And it's just dystopian. And I know this guy really talked to because it was about The Simpsons and like, just how things go. And I think we end up here a lot because we're just seeing the change and like we don't feel like a lot of people are noticing it. Like people are screaming about politics, which, hey, okay, do whatever you want. Politics are politics. You're entitled to your opinion. They are what they are. But like just the general feeling of community is just gone. And just like basic normalcy. Like I don't know about you, like my son now is too old for going trick or treating. But like I didn't really see many houses anymore like, decorated with Halloween stuff. I didn't see any trick or treaters. I don't see that anymore. Like it doesn't feel like thanks. It seems like as soon as the summer's over, back to school's over, it's like the stores go, "Okay guys, get your Christmas shit ready."
yeah. I was actually thinking about Americans today, and I was wondering when your Thanksgiving is because it's got to be coming up. But you're right; it seems different this year. It doesn't seem. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's happening. It's weird.
Yeah, the only thing that it feels like Thanksgiving is when you're watching football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's something like, oh well, there's this no, Thanksgiving is in 2 weeks. It's late this month. It's at the end of November. Usually it's the third
Okay.
Thursday. I think it's like the fourth Thursday this month, but it just
Right.
doesn't seem it. Like, you go back, you watch movies like I'm gonna watch Planes, Trains, and Automobile. It's a family tradition. You watch your Home Alone movies, It's a Wonderful Life. Uh, everyone watches Die Hard on Christmas. You watch these things, but you remember people used to be a lot more festive. People used to have office parties. People used to, there'd be a holiday spirit in a season go. That doesn't apply just to Christianity, but it'd be for people celebrating Hanukkah or even Kwanzaa or something like that. It just doesn't seem like people are doing that anymore. Maybe it's because everyone's secretly fucking broke, which is probably the case. But just like the community itself, just everyone seems more disenfranchised, detached from each other. Like I remember it was a big thing watching a Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade as a kid. Like everyone would watch that. Now I don't think anyone does.
Does it even happen still anymore?
Yeah, it
Is
happens. I
Macy's?
mean, it's going to be interesting in New York this year, but just because, and what I mean by that, folks, is just because there's a new mayor of New York, and the gentleman he's self-proclaimed socialist slash communist, and however that turns out, I hope it doesn't turn out bad for the city itself, but it sure seems like it's going to be different. I don't know, just things seem so different and odd, and it seems that way in pop culture too. Like everything's a reboot. Everything there's nothing fresh coming out of Hollywood. There's not like how many Christmas themed Christmas themed movies out right now. Like back in the day, they'd have at least a few. They weren't guaranteed to be hits, but they put them out. And I'm not talking about like the fucking Hallmark channel, which is like, fuck, let's put as many of those bastards as we can out.
Wash, rinse, repeat. Yeah, fuck those guys. Yeah. I have
But Google has like a little Santa hat on the G.
oh,
You
does
know,
it?
And was it Yahoo? They have like Christmas, and my phone it kind of snows on Christmas Day on the when you check the weather. You know, you get these effects on your phone. It's all emojis, Christmas via emojis. You don't really get like Christmas movies anymore. It's all Christmas social media. Twitter will probably have some special Christmas emojis or AI, like AI Coca-Cola. The AI Coca-Cola ad is
Yeah, but like, look
generated
at
by
when you
AI.
watch
Like what?
watch National Wasted, watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Look how festive
Yeah,
everything is. Look about how
people just
going to the
can't
mall is
afford
a
the
big thing to
lights
buy
anymore,
Christmas
can they?
present. No, like going to go fucking yeah, no one can afford the lights. No, that's a good point. But like going to cut down a Christmas tree or this and that and you know, holiday shopping, getting together. I mean, dude, that's gone.
Yeah, I think I
It
just
does
think
feel
I
that
can
way.
see Christmas being a time. Everybody around the Christmas tables is on their phone, texting each other.
You just reminded me of something, Brasky. I made a post. I'm glad this reminded me. For Christmas this year, I promised my boys that I would take them to go cut down our own tree this year because we always have a fake tree. But my boys saw it in a Christmas movie, you know, and they were like, "Oh, that seems like fun. Can we do that?" And I was like, "We'll do that next year." Hmm. But it's like, yeah, you don't see that anymore. It's not. Everything's
Does it
just.
exist?
Yes, it
And
does.
is there a
I
place
looked.
you can go?
Yeah, I looked into it, and there's a place around here that'll do it. I think, and it's fairly cheap too. I think it's only about $25. So, um, it's
But you get
definitely
what I mean.
doable. Yeah, 100%. I get what you mean. Of course. Yeah.
And I just don't know how that went away so quickly. I don't think it was something like
Mm,
we all voted on or said, "Oh, we don't want to do this anymore." It just went away.
it did. It just went away. Yeah.
I wonder, and I'm not trying to be embarrassed here at all, but I'm wondering if the COVID lockdowns where it made people like have to separate from each other for that time frame really just changed things fundamentally and people just never got back into it. They never went back to the world that existed before and they just stayed in the world that became what it was, with the lockdowns by people taking what they call staycations or separating from family members and, community and just being more to themselves.
Yeah,
It's
people did
definitely a
actually.
possibility.
Even in the UK, people actually liked it. There's still people that like won't go back to work. They want to work from home. You know, they learned how to use Zoom call, do business meetings,
What are you
and they
actually
learned how to
doing
order
doing that?
food.
I've always been fascinated by that. What do you actually do if you home? Like, what is it that you're doing as a job? Like that hasn't been like just
You'll
replaced by computers.
they Yeah, it's sort of like data. It's like data entry, not data entry, but you know, if you're looking after databases and stuff, you don't necessarily need to go into the office and just go on the computer there. You can do it at home remotely. The work that you're actually doing, you don't need to be in the office. You don't really talk to anybody. And then
Yeah,
if your
but how does that
client is
not get
in
taken over
another
by
country,
AI?
Well, I
that
mean,
well, it will. It will eventually. Yeah, all the
my
programming jobs will be taken over by AI.
my wife's industry, she worked from home during COVID, and there's she was able to Zoom with her clients, um, and that's how she got her business done. There's no way AI is going to take that over because there's the human element needs to be there for security purposes.
But my question to you is this:
Yeah.
over time, will the need for that human element become less and less?
Um, I mean, I don't want to say what
I'm
my
not. I'm
wife
not
does,
trying.
but
No, no, no. I'm not trying to go in
in,
specifically
in
what her job is. I'm talking about any job where where I work in sales.
right.
Where and that'd be you couldn't replace that with AI, but in reality is you could. Reality is a person wants a service, you're offering that service for a cost, you're selling a product. Why couldn't the AI just do it? It's obviously not there yet, but it will be.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course, it will
definitely.
be.
Elon Musk said the other day that all these programming jobs and anything that you can't do with your hands, it's going to go away in within 10 years. He was saying that like jobs that involve your hands, like uh, plumbing or digging ditches, that's the stuff that's safe. But anything with the computer, the AI is going to take it over. Like even like Reuters, like 70% of the stories that you see on Reuters news, they're done by AI. They're checked by an editor, but they're written by AI.
Yeah,
So
there's
it's
no
like
journalism really anymore. Most of everything you see in the newspapers or on the internet's now just AI. And then, one thing people don't realize is like robo taxis, if that fucking thing worked, then they're going to probably try to get rid of you having a car because insurance
yeah,
companies will save a shit ton of money.
and pre-crime as well. Once you have digital ID cards, supposedly they're going to be monitoring people's activities so much that they're going to basically predict before anybody commits a crime. They're going to say you're about to commit a crime, and they'll come and arrest you. But that would be all through
I think
data
we're probably
analysis.
very, very far away from that right now. But
I don't think
things
that's
like I was saying,
happening tomorrow.
robotaxis, I think are practical. Look at your plane. Most of the time when you're flying on an airplane, that fucker's on autopilot.
Fair. Yeah, fair. Absolutely.
Well, this has
Well,
been
they
a
did
long
say
one, but
80%. They did say 80% of jobs are being taken by AI.
well,
That's the
I,
statistic.
unless we have something incredibly fun and funny and uplifting to end the show, I probably would end it here now because we went from being a little bit funny with drunk monkeys to down to sad realities of the world. And we're not
What
trying to
about
depress you, audience. What's that? Wasted?
the extremely aggressive squirrel that keeps attacking
Oh,
people
please. Okay, let's end this the right way. Let's do
in
it.
San Francisco?
Okay,
In San
wasted. Do you want to read it
Francisco,
or liars?
it's up to you. You can take over after I fucked it up.
So apparently, there's a very mean squirrel seeking food has sent at least 2 people to the ER in California City, San Francisco, the Bay Area. They're on the lookout for an aggressive squirrel that has sent at least 2 people to the emergency room. Um, so apparently the squirrel came out of nowhere, attacked this woman's leg, and was clawing and biting at her. And she's quoted as saying, "It clamped on my leg. The tail was flying up there. I was like, get off me, get it off me." And she was shaking her leg. And this other woman, Isabel Campoy, also said that she was attacked while walking in the same area. And the squirrel launched itself from the ground towards her face, up and around her arm, leaving it bloody. So the squirrel is pissed off.
Are they
Yeah, I
looking
think
for his accomplice, a moose that goes by the name of Bullwinkle?
Yeah, Rocky and Bullwinkle. Nice one.
I expected it to become like flying out of the tree and like just land on their face. But I think it came up from the ground. You know,
Have Have either of you ever had a squirrel like come after you?
Oh,
Because I have. I can relate to this story. It's fucking terrifying when a squirrel comes out because they make these weird noises and their little teeth, whatever, going and they make these noises and they come charging right at you. And it's terrifying, man. It's
were you
terrifying.
fucking eating peanuts or something? What
Dude, I don't even
provoked this?
I don't know. I think maybe it was being territorial and I got a little too close to it or something because it fucking went berserk, man.
it's like, do you getting close to its nuts or something?
Maybe. I do like squirrel nuts.
Well, the acorn, I don't know. It says it's something to do. They've seen this kind of thing before, and it's like something because people have been feeding them. So what do they get? Like angry that you didn't
You
feed
don't
them,
have
so
any
then they
food.
attack you. Yeah, like they see you and
Wow.
you gave them some food sometime, and then the next time you diss them and you don't give them any nuts, so then they attack you.
So I don't know, man. I the good thing about squirrel getting attacked by a squirrel is that they don't carry rabies. So
Are you
you can
sure
get
about
bit
that?
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Have you done
Um,
research about this? Like, how did the research come up? Was that squirrel attack like
no,
that?
they
Like
don't.
traumatizing you? You're like, all right, let me look this up. Can I get rabies? Like, did that fucking squirrel get you?
No, it's
Did
it's
it
it's in the
bite you?
article. says it's in the article. Like the one about the one about the squirrels. It's in the article at the bottom. Says the good
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
is that squirrels are
Calm to
not
panic.
vectors for rabies.
Yeah.
But you never
It's
feed
pigeons.
the wildlife.
Pigeons have rabies. They're like flying rats. Pigeons. Pigeons have rabies.
Pigeons
So
are
if you see one,
disgusting.
don't. I some bird shit on me the other day. I was like sitting on this bench at the bottom of this building just because it was sunny out. And just some bird like shit on my shoulder. Disgusting.
Fucking gross. Birds are gross. I don't know. Birds are gross.
But I can imagine that like squirrels aren't they kind of rodents? I could still see them spreading some kind of disease.
Yeah,
Like, you
man.
wouldn't want like a load of squirrels in your house or anything. It's kind of trashy
No.
having if pets like if squirrels are a pet, that's proper trash having a squirrel as a pet.
Squirrels aren't pets, man. They're
No,
vicious
they
wild
eat
animals.
squirrels, though, don't they? In China, they eat squirrels and
They eat
like
them here in America.
mongoose. Yeah, you put them on a stick and roast them. I mean,
Dude,
might be our future.
Dude, there's hillbillies living up in the hills that eat fucking squirrels.
And their tail, what do they do with the tails?
They
They look
flick
like
it.
could be useful.
They flick it.
Turn them into a hat. That's another thing. Somebody was asking me the other day. There was this. What's the squirrel's tail for? Is it for balance?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so that they can like jump from tree to tree
Yeah. And walk
and
along
then
high
keep
wires.
balance. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's psycho squirrels. But there's a red
Dude.
squirrel and a gray squirrel. The red squirrel's they're quite
And
rare.
black squirrels. We have all
But-
three here. We have red, black, and gray.
I think this psycho squirrel is ginger.
Well, aren't they all?
The psycho ginger squirrel.
Yeah.
Well, boys, do you have anything else you want to add?
No.
I'm good.
All right. Well, Lars, I think it's about time to take us out then, buddy. Thank you.
Alrighty. Thanks for listening, everybody. Really
Thank you.
appreciate it. It's a fun show tonight. Let us know how you feel about it. Leave us a comment on our YouTube page. Look for us there. That's our main channel. If you're not listening on YouTube, look for us on Rumble. And if you're not on Rumble, look for us on Spotify. And from there, wherever else you get your podcasts. And on that note,
Stop!